Hi, it's Stacey Berger here with Mastering Your Mindset. As a transformational life coach, I am passionate about you living a life you love. Today I want to talk about fear and to give you some tools when fear rises up. And this is important as we're navigating any circumstance, and I would say even more relevant right now as we're inside this unprecedented time on the planet today. First of all, I think it's important to recognize that our emotions aren't bad. Sometimes when we're in the personal development world and we know how important positive thinking is, we can tend to beat ourselves up when we think thoughts that aren't positive, aren't in alignment with our vision. And if you can know that emotions aren't bad, they're simply feedback to letting us know what we've been thinking about, where our attention has been. And the moment you make your emotion bad, what happens is we tend to create this spiral downwards, and it creates guilt or self-criticism, which isn't serving you. So emotions themselves aren't bad. We just want to be able to recognize and notice them. Is this emotion serving me? Is it expansive or is it contractive? If it is contractive, that's when we want to use our tools to help us shift our energy so that we can get more in that expansive thinking. So when fear rises up, here's some things that you can do to stare that fear in the face. The first thing you can ask yourself is this happening right now? We tend to catastrophize it and we play the what if game and we think about all the different scenarios, and our minds and our imaginations, if we're not careful, they'll take us to all sorts of dark places. So really causing yourself to pause and ask, is this happening now? The second part of that is, do I want it to happen? Is this happening now? Do I want it to happen? Then, is there anything I can do right now to make it less likely to happen? So an example right now is, well, I can wash my hands better. I can social distance myself. I can make sure I'm getting a good sleep. What are some things that you could be doing to make it less likely to happen? We want to make sure we're taking that action. And then the next piece is, if this isn't something that I want to happen, then you want to declare to yourself, I refuse to give my emotional energy to what I don't want. And instead, I'm pouring my energy and my attention on the things that I would love and the things that I do want to create. And so what you're doing there is you're very intentionally staring the fear down. You're really asking, is this true? Is this happening now? And if it's not, then I have the authority. I get to decide, where do I want to place my attention? So we're taking our attention off of the fear, off of the worries, off of the doubts, off of the what ifs, and we're instead pouring our attention and our intention on what would I love? What do I want to create here? What are some actions that I can be taking towards this? And as you do that more intentionally and deliberately, what you'll find is you'll worry less. That fear won't have as big a hold on you. And what happens is we start having the fear instead of the fear having us. Eleanor Roosevelt has one of my favorite quotes: all the water in the world cannot drown me unless it gets inside of me. All the water in the world, all the fear, all the anxiety, all of the chaos that's maybe going on around you, it can't impact you unless you let it in. So we really want to work with these tools and apply these tools to make sure we're protecting ourselves from letting that fear in. And instead, we're pouring our energy more on what we would love to create, what we do want to happen. And that's how we really can create opportunities and hope in a time that maybe otherwise would have felt hopeless. Living a life you love really starts with knowing that you are greater than any circumstance, any situation. And that's why I'm giving you these tools that you can apply them and really know that, and know that that power that's breathing you is greater than any fear that you're facing right now. Here is to you living a life you love.